What's up? Welcome back to the Section 10 Podcast, episode 526, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your soon-to-be 2025 World Series champion Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carrabis, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building.
In the mother fucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie, who's not, you're not going to hear his voice today. He is behind the scenes. And we got a problem, fellas. We got a problem. I understand, like I think about bands like Slipknot, right? They've got 9 members, right? They've experienced deaths in their lineup. Joey Jordison, Paul Gray. They actually fired Chris, who was like an original drummer. So they've gone through, Jay Weinberg, they fired him. So they're on their 3rd drummer, I think, at this point.
You're talking to us like we don't know this.
Yeah, but for us,
Weinberg, yeah.
We haven't had it's what the fuck's his name? Bruce
Tyler?
Springsteen,
Max Weinberg. Yeah.
Max Weinberg's son.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More known for Conan, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking at like the 10 right now, and it's like, yeah, we've got 4 co-hosts, and then we've got Jake as the producer. So we're basically like, we're 5 deep. Jeremy is in the cut pretty often. I don't know when the last time we did a pod with like the full roster. We've got fucking Disney Steve. We've got T, who's not here tonight because he was sick for the 5th time. We counted it up, 5th time in the last 7 months. That's super unhealthy. He's got to make some big time changes if you're sick for the 5th time in 7 months. This dates back to, because I'm not even keeping count before that. This dates back to the All-Star game when we went to Dallas, and he just died immediately once we got there. And now Jake has been fighting for his damn life for the last 6 weeks. He's had the flu. He's got fevers. And the latest is my man got by the Gurt. And if you don't know what that means, trust me, you're living a good, clean life, and you should commend yourself for keeping your nose clean from the Gurt life. But our dear friend Jake, last night he went at it. He came home. He was like, man, I'm hungry. I could go for 3 gallons of Gurt. And boy, did he consume it. He put it down. And my guy goes to sleep. And in the middle of the night, guess what? His stomach's like, too much Gurt. We gotta eject the Gurt. And he's throwing up Gurt all over the place. And so he's, again, he's a warrior because he'll still make shows when he's feeling like shit, which, at this point, between 2 a week for Baseball is Dead and 2 a week for Section 10, do the math. That's what, 12 episodes that he's just had to fight for his life over. And I know Jeremy's covered for him here and there, but he's battled it out a ton, our guy Jake, and he's here, but he's not at the same time because that Gurt, it'll get you every time.
Potentially expired Gurt too. I think the boy was just so famished. He was just he couldn't stop to be like, this might have turned. He just plowed through. Is there a worse food to be throwing up than Gurt. I don't know what there is.
It's got to look really bad. You got to picture that's a tough toilet scene the last couple of hours with Gurt mixed with other stuff in there. That's just not really that great. I will give Jake credit, though, because
of Gurt.
I know that's the thing.
Yeah.
So much.
He was clearly set on the Gurt. Like, he wasn't,
pumped.
Other times, late night snacks, maybe late night candies. Like, I'm doing Gurt. Like, I'm going to do the Gurt. I'm going to have as much as possible. Just got the best of them.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a few examples in my life where you really want something and it's like, man, I'm really craving, like for me right now off the top of my head, like if I had a craving, it would be double stuffed Oreos.
Oof.
And it's like if I were really hungry and it's 8 p.m. and I've got a craving for double stuffed Oreos, really, it depends on how many Oreos are left because I'm eating them all. That might mean 1 sleeve. That might mean 2 sleeves. Sometimes that means it's a brand new pack and we've got to go trip sleeve, double stuffed Oreo, put them down. So I want to say I get it, but I'm not gonna throw my guy Jake under the bus and out the exact volume of Gurt that he put down, but it is, let's just say, over the equivalent of what triple sleeves of double stuffed Oreos would be. Because you like obviously 4. you can't check and balance Gurt and double stuff. You know, it's two different things. But let's just say if we could put a statistical value on 3 sleeves of double stuff and then the amount of Gurt that Jake put down, the Gurt is winning out. It's winning out big time, and it's not close, I don't think.
It was like, from what we hear, we weren't at the scene of the crime. From what he's told us,
we're collecting details as this goes along.
Right. This is developing. This is fluid. This is a fluid
situation. This is a very new story.
Yeah.
But from what it sounds like, it's like the equivalent of like, do the ice cream math. He did like 4 pints of yogurt. Like he did 4 pints of Ben and Jerry's, but only yogurt, not ice cream.
And the other thing that's very important, again, details are flying in. I think CNN's covering
still receiving. Yep.
Very important detail here is he went right to bed. So he had all of this and then boom, said, horizontal. Nope. And then the stomach had to be like, dude, you got to give me a little time. Like, I did not expect this much yogurt joining my area. It didn't even have time to digest any of it. Boom, right to bed.
Boom. I have a question. Sorry. So for anyone that's listening or watching on YouTube, Jake normally would be featured in a box on the show. You'd be able to see him. You'd be able to hear him. But because he's behind the scenes for this show, you're not going to be able to hear him. But I do have a question for him, and I'll just repeat his answer. Jake, was this dairy-free Gurt, or was this just raw dog Gurt?
No chance.
Dairy filled.
Yeah. He said this was your typical raw dog Gurt. So that's going to do it to you. You know, I feel like there's absolutely, and I can't even criticize my guy, because how many times in your life has there been such a craving for something where you're so hungry and you crave this one thing and then you get it? You can't stop. You can't stop. I mean, I get it. I've been there. But he made a choice and he is paying for it. You would think the way that his body has been ravaged by the flu and the Florida lamb that he would have taken a little bit of pause with this Gurt. But again, I can't criticize. You know, it's, I don't even know, man. Like, you're going to the movies and you're really hungry and you can taste the fucking Skittles in the parking lot. And you're just like, oh, I can't wait to get my hands on a bag of Skittles. And you get the family size bag of Skittles. You eat the whole bag. Do you need the whole bag? No. But did you eat the whole bag? Yeah.
the movies is a great example. There's been a lot of times I'm coming off a full meal and I don't need the candy and the popcorn. But what, am I going to watch the movie with nothing? Am I not going to eat anything during a film?
Hands in your pocket.
Yeah, just observe. Wow, this is quite a film. Like, no, you need to eat something while it's on. You're just staring up at the screen the whole time like a weirdo. Like, no, you got to eat. So I do get it. I want to ask you guys a question. I won't ask Jake because he's probably puking as we speak.
He hates the food talk.
I know.
This is gotta be hell for him right now.
I hadn't gotten sick. Yeah, we're just gonna talk about food the whole time. He's like, this is making it way worse. I hadn't gotten sick from food and like thrown up from any kind of food in ages, but it happened getting home from the Rumble. I had a bunch of Kit Kats and it just boom, got sick, threw up. And now I'm scared.
You threw up?
I threw up on Saturday when I got home. Yeah.
Oh man, I almost threw up too.
There we go. I mean, yeah, we're acting like we only had like a little bit of food. Like there was some other things in our stomachs, but
I was fucking trashed.
We had a fun time. We definitely had a fun time. And the Red Sox won Game 4 of the ALCS. So we were kind of riding that high.
Let's put a pin in that. Pin in that. We got to revisit that. Yeah.
We will. Okay. I mean, that was a huge game. We can't not talk about it. Like, this is a Red Sox podcast.
Obviously talking the game.
But now I'm scared because that's my second favorite candy, and I don't want to, like, have that situation happen again. So my question to you guys is, have you had a food that's made you throw up that you then don't go back to?
Ham.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was the flu. Like, the ham didn't make me throw up, but I ate ham, had the flu, threw up, puke smelled like ham. Haven't really.
I can't have a ham puke.
Yeah.
That's tough. When it smells like the food, that's like, it got you.
Yeah, it was a ham puke. It was a ham puke. Coley, have you ever had that happen?
Well, first of all, I think what Steve's talking about, I don't think you have to be mad at the Kit Kats. I think you guys just all have like bird flu. I think that's probably more.
Oh no,
likely.
I'm not.
I didn't say anything to you.
Yeah.
I said to Steve. It was probably the bird flu. When I was in high school, I remember I had one of those stupid moments where I was like, I'm gonna eat salads, and we went to Chili's, the classic place you get a salad from, and I got the buffalo chicken salad. Because as a 16-year-old, like all I can even fathom is like, if I'm going to eat a salad, there's going to be buffalo chicken on it. That's the only time foods made me sick. I was on the couch for 24 hours, just puke into a trash can.
But you haven't given up buff chick, right?
No, I blame the salad.
1,000%. Okay, yeah, it's the lettuce. Yeah, no, that's a good point. A classic thing that'll make you puke.
Lettuce, I mean, genuinely, lettuce does carry more germs than almost any produce.
Facts. You eat that lettuce, it just tears up your stomach. Everybody knows that. That's why none of us do salads. We don't want to throw up afterwards.
Yeah, T's always hammering salads. That's his issue. That's why he's sick.
He's cutting the LBs and it's costing him. He's been sick.
Makes perfect sense. By the way, shout out to Black Irish on Twitter, who made a profound statement saying that Section 10 is more of a sitcom than it is a Red Sox podcast. It is a Red Sox podcast, but like I can also, like, the first time that you have that put to you, I'm like, that makes a ton of sense, because there are, like, before I got here, I was at Prince Pizza on Route 1. Shout out Prince Pizza, and which was a
lot of shout outs.
They don't deliver, by the way, right? Because we called them initially. Yeah,
correct. And I was like, is the guy here that basically owned T? And he's like, he's not here, but like it was the talk of the town when it went down. But yeah, I'm very surprised to hear, Steve, that you threw up that night, because I fought it like hell and I didn't end up doing it. But here's what happened. Everyone left. I was trashed. Went upstairs to bed.
Well, you're skipping a part, because like we were.
Well, no, we'll get there.
Okay, we'll get there. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there. Actually, we can go back there. All right, let's go back there. So I was very drunk, and Steve, did I put it on?
No. So here's the deal. I could tell as the Rumble was going on, and I hadn't seen this Jared in so long. It's one of my favorite Jerrys, when he's had a couple of bevs in him and he's just loose. You do not see it often. You see it way less now that you're a dad of two.
Right.
Which is good. You're responsible. But the Rumble's going on. And so we're getting towards the end there. And I'll have some Rumble notes and closing thoughts. But
of course,
obviously there's chaos at the end. And Jared was like convinced that I had John Cena in the Rumble pool, and I kept telling him I don't have John Cena, and he goes, "Guys, Steve has Cena, right? Like he's lying to me." And I'm like, "Why would I lie? I would win money. Why would I be lying to you about this?" And you're like, "All right, whatever. We gotta pay attention here. It's going down." And so the chaos of that happens, and then I think we both at the same time. I don't know. We were just like talking Sox right after, because that's a normal post Rumble thing. Just to start talking about the Red Sox. And we were like, wait, Game 4 is on right now. We gotta put it on. We gotta put that on. So it was weird because the game obviously is in Boston, and it started at like 11 p.m., which I thought was bizarre. I think it was like a rain delay or something. But that's why we put the game on. And then, credit to you. I mean, you were on the edge of your seat, but we documented that on the 10 Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, so I like people like, how drunk were you? I was FaceTime Johnny Damon at midnight drunk. That's how drunk I was. I was like, oh man, like Game 4, the 04 LCS, we gotta call Johnny Damon. He didn't answer. Thank God.
You still use good logic though. We were like, who on this team is most likely to answer right now? Johnny Damon is the answer.
Definitely. Yeah. Friday night or Saturday night. He would. Yeah. Johnny Damon, by far the most likely guy to answer. He didn't though, unfortunately. But as the night ended, I went upstairs, laid on my back, and was just like, how many seconds do I got before I gotta get up and throw up? Like it's gonna happen. So then laid down for maybe 90 seconds, got up, went in the bathroom, and Train thought I was just going to take a pee-pee, and nope. Like I'm classic Train. Always just thinking the most innocent things about me.
Just a little innocent pee.
Yeah. So I go in and I'm like, I don't want to give up. Like I don't want to give in to this. So I'm fighting it. And she's got this brand new makeup table in the bathroom with a chair. So I'm like, I'm not going near the toilet. I'm going to sit in this fucking chair and wait this thing out until I feel better. And then hours go by and she comes in the bathroom. Yeah, she comes in the bathroom and I have taken a shower towel and draped it over my shoulders as a blanket. I'm just in my boxers and I had fallen asleep on like with my head on her makeup table. And she brought me back to bed. I passed out, but still at the end of the day, I didn't throw up. I said, no. I had crazy spins. I mean, it was, I think if you were to look at StatCast probability of puke at the probably 2:00 in the morning, once everyone left, probability of puke was 94%. So the fact that we got that 6%, pretty crazy. Well, that's how statistics work.
So I don't know. There must have been multiple bathroom stints then, because when we're watching Game 4, again, this game's massive. Season's on the line. Like Sox got to win to stay alive against their bitter rival, the New York Yankees. It's funny because Jerry was talking a decent amount. We were having a lot of combos about what was going on. Again, we're on the edge of our seat. There's a lot of action going on, and then just silence. You just like stopped talking, and you weren't saying a damn thing. You were sitting up there with D-Train, and I was in the back with Jeremy. And we realized, because we were just kind of chopping it up, and we realized like, wait, we're the only ones talking, because everyone else had kind of like left. It was just like us four. And then you went in the bathroom and you were in there for a good like 15 minutes. And I'm thinking, I just thought it was like, oh, this guy's doing a poop. He's got to do a poop after a lot happened tonight. This definitely happened, by the way, because it was just me, Jeremy, and Train watching Game 4 of the ALCS, and we're
more
like,
classic Train.
I know
she loves the 04 Sox,
dude. Yeah. She loved it, and she's like, we got to watch this. But that's when it hit me and Jeremy. It was like, we probably should go home. I mean, it's like 1 a.m, and we're like, see you later, D Train. Great host, and then we left. So I think you had multiple bathroom stints.
I don't know. I don't remember any of that. I don't remember.
But I'm just saying, like, you survived multiple bathroom stints.
Yeah.
Without puke.
I don't think I went in there to puke, though. I don't know what I was doing.
That might have been a poop then.
I did not.
Big fat.
I don't know what was going on, brother.
Might have done some Gurt. I don't know.
It could have been the Gurt. It really could have been. You know what I was actually doing? I was probably going in there and making my picks for the big game.
That's true.
Yeah. I was like, all right, this is a big game. Red Sox Yankees game 4, the ALCS. But it's not the big game. And then I was like, I got to go. I don't want anyone to see these picks right now. So I went in the bathroom and I'm looking through and I'm like, all right, here, Saquon Barkley, got to do something with him, you know? And Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah,
you know?
right. Yep.
Yeah, there's probably some action that I took there as well.
Probably.
Yeah. The best app for your big game party is on your phone. That's right. You and all your friends could be feasting on Underdog. Ride together on stats like passing yards, first TDs, interceptions, and so much more. If you or your friends haven't joined Underdog yet, get on there. Whoever signs up today using the promo code Jared, that's Jared, will get up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, that is promo code Jared. Yeah. So anyways, no T, no Jake. But I had a great time. I rumbled a little too hard. I feel like a lot of people rumbled too hard, man. It was I think it was because the vibes were so good.
Yeah.
It was a great group. Robbie Fox made it out.
I think that was the difference maker as a neutral party.
Bob Fox being there really changed the vibes. I mean, we always have great vibes, but I'm trying to think of what the equivalent would be. I don't know. It's maybe it's like if there was like a Led Zeppelin cover band playing, and then all of a sudden, like Robert Plant came out.
That's literally what I was going to say.
Yeah. Because, I mean, listen, we're all wrestling guys. Steve's a big wrestling guy. Me, Corey was there. Jeremy was there.
Corey was a wrestler.
He was a wrestler. Yeah. Yeah. Like, we have a great group. But Bob Fox just legitimized us. It was a pleasure and an honor to have him there.
He's a great person to see. I just hugged him. I hadn't seen Bob Fox in a while. I gave him a big hug, and not a lot of words were needed. It's just nice having him in our presence. You just know that a wrestling legend is there. The group was great. I didn't even know we were doing +1s. So my +1 was Jeremy. It was wonderful. I think we really...
Prosecco boys.
Yeah, Secco boys. It's just Secco boys.
Secco boys. Yeah.
We were having some Prosecco, and we're the Secco boys. But no, dude, that was...
Almost got me killed. Yeah.
It's all good, though. You didn't throw up, so... It doesn't really matter.
No, because Train was like, what bitch brought these Seccos?
Oh, God.
What bitch? None of your friends would have brought these.
Oh, yeah. Steve brought these? Oh, okay.
What bitch was here, huh? I was like, I don't know. I don't have
too many name.
And then, like, the excuse being, no, so they call themselves the Secco boy. Okay, like, okay, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, it was a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would love to have Coley there, but
I was genuinely sick this weekend. I would have.
What's wrong with you people?
What's happening?
I mean, it sounds like you two didn't feel great.
That was 100% alcohol related,
and Kit Kats,
maybe
for me.
Perhaps.
Oh,
but I have kids that go to daycare every day, so I got no shot.
Like, you're not the only one with kids, brother. Okay.
Not a daycare. Daycare is a different animal.
High school and middle school is a little bit more
way less germs. No. All those kids have immunity systems. They don't at this age. That's why they get sick all the time.
I guess.
I know. I'm not guessing.
I'm guessing. I'm telling you that I'm guessing.
And I'm telling you, I ain't. You texted me yesterday and said there was a gift for me. Is this an in-person gift? Was it like a trade's been completed, but it hasn't gone through yet? Because
no, it's an in-person gift.
I haven't asked.
It's a physical piece.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, just because gifts are great. Steve gave me a just because gift. He came back from Florida and he got me a shark that's a bottle opener. I fucking love it. And it's a magnet too. It's on the
It's on the my fridge. Box. It's a shark bottle opener. I'm like, oh, sick.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
It says Florida on it.
I didn't go there, but sick. This is awesome.
Yeah. I was just there.
Yeah.
I was just there. That's true.
Yeah, we all had our Florida trip this offseason.
Yeah, and we're going back.
We're about to have another one. Yeah.
I know. 3 weeks.
No tea.
Yeah. No tea, though.
I know.
No tea.
Tough.
No tea.
It's tough.
He did threaten to bring down the plane, which I don't know that takes much effort in the modern era, so I don't even give him credit for that.
What did I say the odds, like the percentage of success rate for planes landing are? It's like 36%.
I feel like it's going to be way higher than that.
Of them getting to their destination around now? Yeah, probably 38, something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine like this many people still flew. They're like, you got like a 1 in 3 of getting there. They're like, I really want to go there though. I don't want to do a train. That sucks. Driving.
Nah.
Let's do it.
1 in 3. I mean, that's not terrible odds.
It's not that bad. Also, can I want to mention this?
If you had 1 in 3
quick.
odds of getting $1 billion, you'd feel pretty awesome about it.
I got to mention this real quick.
Yeah,
and this is partially serious about that plane. I
Which
don't
plane?
think that the DC plane. I
was
don't
gonna say
think
because there's like multiple now at this point.
No, I'm just saying I don't think that should count. When they were saying, "Oh, it's the first commercial airliner to crash in 15 years," I'm like, a helicopter flew into it. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
that's true. Yeah.
It's not like this thing just fell out of the sky for no reason at all. Because I used to be a terrible flyer, like really, really bad. And
Totally too.
I've gotten a lot better.
Guys.
Gotten a lot better now, and it's like I have a bev or two, and that lightens it up a little bit. But now them saying like, "Oh, first time since 2009,"
Steve's
it's like no,
drooling on every flight he's on.
I'm just hammered. It's like no, it's the streak is still until 2009, and this is with all respect to everyone that.
What about the Philly plane that nosedived into the ground?
That was a small plane.
Yeah,
the small planes go down every day.
Oh, dude, that's like a 20% chance of getting to your destination in the small plane. Those are the only ones that crash. Like, I think that they almost need a quota of like the amount of times they need to crash. That's how often it happens.
Crazy.
It's really scary.
I don't
Especially the way that
those
one went, the
much.
footage of that, I'm like, oh my God, that is disgusting.
I live near a small plane airport, and it's like a lot of people just like flying themselves, like just having fun. The day we moved in here, there was a crash and people died. The day we moved in.
Oof. That's what they do. The small
Bad
ones go
sign.
down.
Anyway, so we're flying to Florida in 3 weeks.
Yeah, big plane.
Yep. Big plane.
Huge.
Very excited. No tea. That sucks. I want him there.
Well, especially with the Airbnb we got, like we could toss this dude everywhere.
drown him.
We could drown this guy. We could throw him on the grill. I mean, he'd be down for all of it. You know, he's a team player. I mean, we learned that at Section 10.
Feed him yogurt until he explodes.
We just make him puke and just like do a live stream.
Yeah.
By the third day, we're doing experimentations on him. We've got him opened up. We're poking and prodding.
Let's see what this does. Boop.
We have not knocked him out, and he's just like, I'm cooked.
I'm cooked. I don't think I'm going to make the next pod, but dude, this is crushing. Like, numbers
Jake,
are already
I'm
huge
cooked.
on this.
We slice an organ. He goes like this. He's like, can I scream in pain? No.
No. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what do we travel on a Saturday, right? So
Yeah.
get in Saturday. Why can't he just do the like he doesn't have to go to Arizona?
I mean, why?
If he does Florida, then wouldn't he just be back at work by Wednesday? He like takes 2 days off.
It's from what he said, and I don't know how much we can say on here. It's not like it's bad. Taking days off there is impossible. That's basically, he says that he gets like one trip a year and he's saving it for All-Star, which in his defense, it's a good thing to save it for.
Where's the All-Star game this year? Atlanta?
Atlanta, yeah. He's going to die in Atlanta. I'm just saying heat-wise. unless we do something to him.
Yeah.
But no, I don't fully blame him for saving the trip as the All-Star trip. It's just like, you know, T's become a huge part of the show. And especially T on the road, you never know what you're going to get. So it would be nice to have him down in Fort Myers.
We need to introduce T to like different cultures and societies. And I think we start domestically, you know what I mean? Texas is a huge culture shock for both.
I mean, he lasted 1 day. Yeah.
Barely.
He literally got sick day one.
Yeah. He barely made it through security trying to bring that like grand piano in with him. Like
dude was dripping sweat when he got to us at the gate. By the way, half hour after we were supposed to board, and it's just, that's T.
And then he was like looking at us mad. Like, what are you looking at? Like, we're looking at you, dude. You almost missed a flight. If it wasn't delayed, you would have missed it. And you're drenched in sweat running through an airport. God bless T.
God bless him.
Yeah. But he's not, as of right now, he's not going to spring training, that sucks. It's not that he's not invited. Obviously, he's invited.
Should we have people just call Sports Hub like all day?
Like let T go to spring training?
Yeah.
Bombard them with calls.
I mean, you could turn it into a contest on the air with them. I bet you they're like, all right, yeah, if you do X, Y, and Z, you complete these tasks, these challenges, then maybe we'll let you go. I don't know.
Yeah, let T go
that's
to ST.
illegal. Either way, I feel like you can just take time off. But if we want to make it into a little contest, then that could happen too. Which, by the way, speaking of using T for things, the charity, the Special Olympics, we tried to get what $1,045 raised, and it's like almost at like $5,000.
Yeah, fill me in on what happened, because I just saw the results and I'm like, y'all crush with whatever you did, because clearly it raised way more than expected.
It was for Matt and Lucy, who we love.
Yeah, they're the best.
Matt's made all the sign. Matt made the sign that T split in half. He's made my Nuttown sign over here. The Clark's ketchup sign that I hold up during the voting every series.
My Eddie's goat milk.
Eddie's goat milk he made for you.
Paw socks for Eamon.
Paw socks for Eamon. Yep. So Lucy was trying to raise money for the Special Olympics, and I set it at the number of plate appearances that Bobby Dahlbeck had as a Red Sox. If you can surpass that, then they do like a polar plunge, and like, we're gonna have T jump in the ocean if you surpass this amount. And last time I checked, it was like $4,500, and like Matt was explaining to me how I think they needed like $2,500 to have the event, and they were concerned that they might not even have enough to have the event. And then Section 10 listeners came in and paid for the event single-handedly and then some. So shout out to everyone who donated. We really appreciate it. That was very cool. And yeah, we're going to drown T in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Can we hit the applause? Do you have it ready to go?
You know what? That one does deserve an applause, Steve. You're right. You're right. Shout out to the people. Shout out to the people for that. That's big time. Big time cookies. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I thought it was like, I didn't know about the $2,500 thing to even have the event. That was kind of the figure that I had in my mind was, can we get to 2,500? But I wanted to set a low enough bar to guarantee T getting in the ocean. So shout out to everyone who, once we achieved the goal, were like, fuck it, drown him.
Put that guy in there.
Yeah.
You set it low enough that in case you had to cover it yourself, it wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
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 You said, how much would I pay to drown T?
Yeah, great.
$1,400.
At least a rack. At least a rack.
I don't know, like 100 racks.
100 racks. A little poo-poo pee-pee.
Racks.
Yeah.
Get that poop and pee out.
Yeah. Last night we had the season ticket draft, the Section 10 season ticket draft, which Jake was in. He got a haul. He got a great haul. He got I believe all Friday night games and Saturday night game. So he came in, didn't even have to take like a shitty, like, I'll take a Tuesday 4:05 start. Nope. Got all primetime spots. I'm sure that there'll be some people that are listening being like, there he goes, giving John Henry money again. And I'm sure, like, because I mean, I think me and my dad at this point now, like, it's so how it works is you have the whole 81 games in our seats, and it's like some of my friends, some of my dad's friends, and former coworkers. So because I have the press passes, I mean, there's no point in having 20 games because we can just get in. But for nostalgia reasons and like this is a piece of my childhood, like, yeah, I still want some games. So we had 6 games this year in our seats. And if you think that John Henry is sitting at home being like, Tom, did the Carabas $650 hit yet? We got the $650. All right, we hook, line, and sinker. We got him right where we want him. I don't think like my submission to the Henry estate, very, very, I would say, minuscule in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, you can say, oh, you're part of the problem. Renew your season tickets, you fucking idiot. You're part of the problem. Yeah, for about $650, I am part of the problem. Coley?
Also, last year, you specifically were paid by Nesson, so you were still in the green of John Henry.
Big time.
Like
you were taking
took
his money
from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point.
Yeah, he was pissed. He was pissed at Jared that he actually had to pay him. He's like, "This is I didn't agree to this at all. I was just I've been collecting this guy's money for years. Now I'm giving it back. That's the last thing he wants to do is give back money."
Yeah. This guy used to give me his money, and now I'm giving him my money. This is a bad business decision, brother.
Backwards.
Terrible business.
Yep.
He's throwing out pitches at my park. He kind of dominated him last year. If people want to be honest about it.
That's true. That's true. Yep. Mm-hmm. I know that like people will see the name or an image of this person and immediately be like, pass. I can't do any more of the talk. Alex Bregman. People will see. People will be like, if you guys are talking Bregman, I can't do it anymore. And you know what?
I don't even think we can make it the cover. We can't do it.
No.
Gotta be a new cover. New cover. It's gotta be like, I don't even know. It's gotta be like yogurt related or the topic that we'll eventually get to. Can't you?
That's how people feel about Bregman. That's exactly how they feel.
That's perfect timing for that. Like, oh, there's a new Alex Bregman report coming in.
Yeah.
There aren't like, it's on him. It's been on him for a while. Just fucking pick a team.
Yeah. So
it's over.
Here's what I would do if I'm the Red Sox. I'd give him a deadline. We need to know by this date. And I think if I'm reading between the lines here, he may have 6 years from these other teams, but he knows my situation moving forward is better with these teams that have made me shitty offers, like the Red Sox. I think that's probably his line of thinking. The Astros, we've talked about it. You know, they've made moves to move on. Will they take him back? Sure. But to take him back, they got to put Jose Altuve in left field. Like, it's not ideal to have him back. I think ultimately, and this is not scoop shop, this is just reading between the lines, I think he goes to the Cubs. I think he's a Cub. So then I saw John Morosi. Did you see this? The Red Sox are interested in Nolan Arenado. You see this?
Oh my God. Hit the siren, dude. That's big news.
I mean, breaking news. What? I mean, yeah. Yep.
Did this just break?
Yeah. This was today.
Wow. Read the report. This is huge.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me take that back. This is Buster only.
Oh, okay.
That Morosi was yesterday.
Kill the siren. Kill the siren.
Yeah. Well, no. Morosi was yesterday. What did Morosi say?
That the Red Sox were interested in.
Okay, so
I
was
talking
right.
again. Like, it's.
I was right. Okay, all right.
You know, it did happen, but I do think Olney followed it up today.
Yeah, I don't like Olney if we're keeping it 100.
Any of these
he was
guys.
An asshole in 2018. John Morosi yesterday said the Red Sox and Cardinals have had recent communication about Nolan Arenado. If the trade talks move forward, they could have implications for Alex Bregman's market. Of note, Cardinals exec Chaim Bloom has close knowledge of Boston's prospects. Then today, Then today, Buster Olney tweeted, given that Nolan Arenado vetoed the potential deal to the Astros, what some of his friends say is important. They think he would really like the idea of going to the Red Sox if Boston and the Cardinals work out terms. Arenado's mindset, highly, highly motivated. Breaking news. Wow. Jesus.
This is so dumb. I'm so sick of this.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, dude.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I think the podcast's stance is we'll react when something happens.
What I feel like right now, and I don't think I've ever said this on this program, I can't wait for spring training storylines. Typically, we mock those on this show. If like, oh, so-and-so showed up a little bit overweight. Oh, this guy might be able to play that position, blah, 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 blah. We just fill the time basically from, next week until opening day. I can't wait until the stupid-ass spring training storyline so we can get past the Arenado, Bregman, blah-de-da that we've been talking about for months. It's been the same
I'm
same
so done
shit.
with the blah-de-da.
It's been the same blah-de-da for months.
I'm
and
done
looking
with it.
at the reports on Twitter, it's like these aren't even reports. I get upset at the people that are making the graphics out of it, and I love the folks at BR. But my folks at my buddies at BR Walk Off, love those guys. But they even put a graphic out there of like, oh, Red Sox talking with Arenado. It's like, this isn't news. This hasn't been news. Jerry mentioned that on this show. What, 2 months ago? Was it 2 months
Probably
ago at this
longer.
point? Like maybe 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
And we got to sit here and keep hearing this nonstop. Like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. They're doing nothing. They've been doing nothing since Christmas. And we've been sitting in this for the last month and a half. What do you got?
Well, I don't think that that's true. I don't think that they're doing nothing right now. And I think that that's why. So my new thing is if I have a little like scoop shop dust to sprinkle on Twitter, I do it in my replies. Like people, if it's 4 days out from a podcast, because I either put info in the scoop shop to you guys, or I just wait for the podcast. I don't tweet and imply anything. But if people ask me questions, if I'm feeling like a chatty Cathy, then sometimes I'll just fucking answer them directly. Like maybe 39 people see it, but I'm putting information out there. So like the other night, like people were asking me questions, and I'm guessing now as we approach pitchers and catchers reporting in less than 2 weeks. I'm guessing the Red Sox are going
5 days.
Really?
Less than 2 weeks, like you said.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, that implied that it was like 12 days. It's half of that. I don't think so. No. Come on, this would be a tough suspension.
Steve, is 5 days more or less than 2
Answer
weeks?
the question, Steve.
It is less.
Okay,
yes.
so why correct me?
If you're listening, just ask yourself this. How many days did you think he meant by less than 2 weeks? You probably thought like 12 or 11. It's only 5.
These are all correct answers. I don't. These are all correct.
Technically, yes. Technically, there was an implication that it was like 12 days out. That's all I'm saying.
Pitchers and catchers report within the decade. There's no doubt in my mind.
100%, multiple times. Absolutely. I think Liam Hendricks is already there. I think they're already reporting.
You call me an asshole, Steve?
No, definitely not. You just hosted me at your house. It was a fun time.
Again, I did. Yeah. 15 fucking people. Free Papagenos for everybody. And soda. And soda.
And you tipped a lot. You gave a big tip.
Not 75% tip.
Mm-hmm.
It was $300 for Papas. And I do that for you people.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come on this program and call me an asshole.
That's not what I'm doing right now.
For saying something that was right. It's crazy. I can't get respect anywhere. I got fucking John Morosi and Buster Olney stealing my scoops. I got Steve eating my pizza and slapping my girlfriend in the face. What is going on? I
did nothing of the sort to D-Train. Just eating chicken fingers, punching her right on the nose.
Yeah. What's going on? All I do is give. What does everyone else do? Take, punch, slap, eat. Steve?
5 days is less than 2 weeks. It was not incorrect.
Boom sauce.
Thank you.
Your point, though, what were you saying?
Well, I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about now.
Steve was saying this is just more talk of the last 2 months. You were saying,
Bloody dust. You said there might be some scoop dust. Some scoop dust. And you have some scoop dust.
Yeah, scoop dust.
His point was, since we're up against spring training, a lot of teams do see this as like, all right, now it's time to should have got off the pot for everything.
Yes.
So if I'm the Red Sox, right?
And
yep.
If I'm the Red Sox, I give Bregman a deadline to accept their shitty offer that he's not going to accept.
Of under 2 weeks.
Hypothetically. Because, I mean, has there still not been a Red Sox reporter that's fucking reported that the Red Sox made an offer to Bregman?
Have not seen that.
That's fucking crazy. You would think that they would, listen to the show that has all the information.
I mean, only the only talk in terms of reports that you've seen are just like, oh, the Red Sox are kind of in the mix, but there's been no official.
They're one of the teams involved.
Yeah, and it's almost like all of that has been based off of like just pairing him with the Sox, like not actual reporting. It's more like, oh, it would kind of make sense.
Cora openly like begging for him. I feel like.
No, I know, but like not
he begged for he not begged, but he wanted other players last year. I remember what I can't keep the
nothing like this.
No. But the Gurriel brothers, which one was the younger one that went to Arizona? Lourdes? Yuli. No, Yuli's the older one. Lourdes. Yeah, I think he wanted Lourdes. Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, the difference, though, between like Cora showing interest and the team actually making a financial offer is
but you can be a team in the mix and still not even make an offer. Like, that's not unfathomable.
Yeah, showing interest. We've been doing a lot of that.
Oh, a ton. I'd love to be able to finish this fucking sentence.
It's gonna crush when you finish this.
Yeah. It's gonna. I don't even know where it's going. Like, people listening are hanging on their fucking seats, and like, I don't know where it's going either.
I'm just gonna improvise this thing.
Yeah. So, if I'm the Red Sox, I tell Bregman, I don't know, February 10th, February 11th, whatever. We need an answer. Accept our shitty offer or don't. And then he's gonna be like, I'm not taking 3 years. I'm not doing it. I see like all these, like there's some report that someone reported, maybe it was Spear, that said, the Red Sox won't go more than 4. Brother, I don't think that they have gone more than 3. So let's just say that's what the situation is. The Red Sox have
he's not more than 4. I don't like he's right.
No, I'm trying to crunch it right now, but I'll let you know.
Yep. Write it down.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say Bregman's like, I think I can do better. So we're going to pass. We as in me and my buddy Scott Boras. We're going to take a pass on this. So then the Red Sox can say, okay, we thought we were going to wait it out. We thought we would see if Bregman would take our shitty offer, knowing like this is the best offer that you're going to get from us. If you really think that your swing fits the best in Boston than it does anywhere else, then maybe you would, maybe we would take our shitty offer. I don't know. But if he's like, I'm not taking your shitty offer, thanks, but no thanks, then I could see the Red Sox pivoting to Nolan Arenado. And when those reports came out the other day, I think a lot of fans were like, well, they better not trade Tristan Casas for him. It's like, they're not. They're not. Like, the asking price for Nolan Arenado has come down considerably. I think earlier in the offseason, when it first started getting reported that Nolan was being shopped or that he wanted to get traded or that the Cardinals were looking to move him, I think that they were asking for a lot. And then as time went on, they were just like, someone just take the contract and we'll figure it out.
I mean, the Astros like did trade for him and he said no.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like people met the price. He's dictated he wants to go really to one place.
So from what I'm told, the Astros were giving up nothing. It was just a salary dump for the Cardinals. They just wanted his contract off the books, and the Astros were not giving up anything of note in that deal. It's just Nolan didn't want to go there. And I think the reports that are out there right now are that, Nolan is dead set on coming to the Red Sox and blah, blah. There's multiple teams he would waive his no trade clause for. He's not just like, Red Sox are bust or I'm not leaving. Like there's multiple teams that he would waive his no trade for. But the Red Sox are obviously one of them. And I'm just curious because do you think the same thing will happen with Nolan that happened with Bregman, in the sense that it started off early in the offseason? Everyone was like, we don't fucking want Bregman. And then almost overnight, the vast majority flipped and they were like, we need Bregman or else we might as well cancel the fucking season. I feel like we're kind of there with Nolan, where most of the reaction, and I think a lot of it is just like, there are just some fans that look at Red Sox stats and they're like, well, if he doesn't want it, then I don't want it. Like, he's very against it. Stats
very
is very
negative,
against Nolan.
very negative offseason for Red Sox stats. And obviously I've been blowing stats for years, but to the point where I can't remember a positive tweet from stats this offseason.
It was a depressing offseason.
It was very
underdelivered.
I think underwhelming is more fair.
No, I think that they've vastly underdelivered in their own words, Steve. They said
they've underdelivered. They've underdelivered. Because I've consistently said, if they sign Bregman, I'm pumped with this offseason. I think that was like a good, really good offseason from what I would have expected. What if they trade
for Arenado? What do you then?
A good offseason. Yeah, because I actually really like Arenado. But I don't even we've talked about Nolan Arenado so much, and they've talked with the Cardinals so much about Arenado. It's like, either way, figure it out. You're saying the shitter got off the pot. Like, that's what I feel like with Nolan Arenado. And you got it. Do you think that it's because of Yoshida's money that this is coming down to like having him go back, and how much would they eat of that contract, or like who the trade partner would be? Or is this just similar to the Astros, where it's about how much of Nolan's money are you willing to eat for him to come to Boston? Seems like you want him. Seems like he wants to go there. Just kind of make it happen. But at this point, when that news comes up again, it's like, figure it out either way. Again, pitchers and catchers, less than 2 weeks, 5 days away from those guys reporting. It's like, come to a resolution one way or the other.
I mean, I think the Red Sox prefer Bregman take their shitty offer because they think they would be getting a steal there. And if he says no, which he will and should, then they're like, all right, we know we have this ready to go. I think people are already down on it. I think they're going to be more down on it if what happens after is what I think will happen.
To the question you said, Jerry, I don't see much of any people being super pumped about a potential Arenado to Boston situation. And I don't think it's going to flip at all based off of how we treated the Bregman thing, because that totally is true. When the offseason started, I don't think we're all like, we need Bregman, but it did turn into that as we got into December and January and now February, even though we're at the point now where everyone's kind of what you've been saying, which is like less than 1%. Like, I don't think anyone actually, as it stands right now, thinks he's coming to the Red Sox. But then I don't know what the percentage of the crowd is of the Red Sox fans that would be excited if Nolan Arenado's on the team. I'm one of them, but I don't think there's a lot more that would join that group.
I mean, I wrote about it when we were still looking at signing Fried. I was like, if you get Fried, you better immediately get Arenado because our defense sucks. And at that point, people were like, fuck no. And no one's gotten off of that. It's crazy to me.
But the defense is still going to suck, like, right? Like, am I missing something? Like, their defense isn't going to massively. No, I'm saying without him. Like, as it stands now, we're just going to. But Cora talks about it so much, and I know Cora's not. This team would look massively different if he was pulling the trigger on some of these signings. But he talks about the defense needing to improve over and over and over again. And when these are the ingredients, it's just not going to magically improve. Like, it's not going to get better. That's why bringing Arenado in immediately changes that. Have Raffy grow up and go to DH, and then everything looks better to me.
The reason I think people are going to hate it more is I don't think they're going to put Raffy at DH. I think
I do.
I think he's going to go to first.
I don't.
I think
you think Tristan is DH?
I think there's an immediate second trade.
I don't think
they've been talking about this again since August. Like I think they send Tristan to the Padres. I really do. Not for Tatis.
I don't think that's what happens. I think they keep Tristan, and I think Rafi DHs.
I would love that. I don't think that's what they're going to do. But I
have completely shifted my Tristan. I still don't think Tristan gets traded, but the amount of smoke this offseason about a Tristan trade is more than basically any player I can remember that ended up staying on the team. So, I don't think he's going anywhere, but it's not because they didn't show some interest in getting rid of him.
He definitely won't be traded to the Cardinals. I think we're all on the same page there.
That's
for Arenado. That I would hate it. I'm very in on Arenado. If they trade him for Arenado, I'm out on Arenado.
That make no sense.
Agreed. But I
don't
also
think that's remotely possible.
I don't even think it's a correlating move. I think Casas plays first. I think Nolan plays third. I think Rafi DHs, and I think that they rotate. I still think that Rafi still plays a decent amount of third. I do.
I think it's a better way to get him hurt.
I guess, but if there's this idea that Rafi would refuse to move off third, I don't think that that's real. Think that that's real. But to me, I look at Nolan's, not even his second half, but kind of like the last month. And he's talked about it, I tinkered with this and, recognized that this was wrong. He made adjustments. And here's the other thing with Nolan. They have all these new fancy statistics that would show you, if you played half your season at Fenway last year, then this is what the season would be. He would have hit 290 with an 850 something OPS if he played for the Red Sox last year. He had a down year last year, and he was still a 2.5 win player. If he's higher, was he?
I thought so.
It was somewhere around there.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, I thought it was 3-1, but I know you like Fangraphs more.
I'm going to use Baseball Reference for this. Last year, he was exactly a 2.5 win player.
Okay, that'll do
it. He can roll out of bed. All the Red Sox need him to be is a 3-win player. Can you do that? I think he's fully capable of doing that. He's 2 years removed from being a 7.7 win player. We still talk, there's still fans of the Boston Red Sox who hype up Trevor Story and are comeback player of the year. It's been 7 years since he's done something like that. It's been 2 years since Nolan has been in God mode, statistically his best season. And, I'm not I understand, I'm going to get a portion of the fan base. It's he's only hyping him up because they're friends. Same shit that I had to hear about Bregman, I will also hear about Nolan Arenado. I'm saying this as a Red Sox fan. I was a fan of Nolan Arenado before I met him, before I knew him, talked to him, anything. I said it the day that I interviewed him for the first time. The first day that I met him, I'm he's my favorite player in the league. He was before I met him, he was my favorite player in the fucking league. So this has nothing to do with a personal relationship. This is I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at, you're telling me that you think even in a shit year, a 2.5 win player, that can't help you. Yup. Do you think he can be a 3-win player if he plays at Fenway half the year? Yup. I don't understand anyone that's looking at him he's going he's on opening day when they do the lineups and they're and the third base Nolan and then you have the fucking PR team rolling him out there in a wheelchair. Arenado. It's dude, he's in his age
10
34
Williams
season.
in 99.
Yeah, they golf cart him out there and he's just tipping his
bring
cap
him
to
in
the
from
crowd.
center. He's going by the bullpen. Hey,
Everyone's shaking his hand. They're wow, can't believe it.
Yeah, there
He's
are
got
people in this fan
2
base
years
that are treating
max
it
left.
like that. Yeah, alive, not in the league.
Well,
alive.
what kills me,
gonna be dead.
these same people are pay Bregman 6 years Like that's just what he's going to turn into. So if you're against Arenado, you can't be pro Bregman. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all to me. Like it's the same thing.
I know. I mean, one of the big things, and I can be a simpleton with stats sometimes, but was just looking at the last 2 seasons that Arenado had and the homers and RBIs that he's put up in that span, and just comparing it to guys in the Red Sox. He's had 42 bombs in the last 2 seasons. Only Raffy has more than that at 61. 164 RBIs in that span. Only Raffy has more than that with 183. And he's got over 1,000 OPS at Fenway. The other thing we talk about all the time, you need more adults in the room. And credit to Lou, he brings this up a lot. And I know he's heard players talk about this, wanting someone that's been there, done that, been one of the best hitters in the league, that they can pick their brain constantly and get feedback on. It's not like he's just going to be 34-year-old Nolan Arenado. He's going to be the guy that's had the entire career, that's been one of the most successful careers of anyone, really, in baseball, a small list of players in baseball over the last, decade. He's that guy now that can be a huge mentor to some of the younger players, which a huge part of your roster is going to be these young guys that you're relying on to take a huge jump. Guess how they take a huge jump? They have guys like Nolan Arenado in the building that they're talking to every single day. So I don't see a ton of downside to it. I mean, the money's going to obviously come into it, and that's probably what's holding this whole deal up. But at this point, don't you guys feel like there's been so much chatter that he kind of has to get dealt? I feel like there's just the awkwardness of him going back to St. Louis at this point. Like he can't return to he has to get traded. And if he has to get traded, it feels like it's going to be here at this point with the amount of smoke.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he wasn't on the Red Sox. I've wanted this whole offseason. I don't think it's going to be an overpay. I do think there's going to be a corresponding move, so that's where I'm on an island.
It's got to be Yoshida. I just don't know how.
I think that we know they've offered Yoshida with Casas before. I think they're both going to get ready to learn San Diego.
I don't have Casas getting dealt. I really don't.
It would be very late for that to happen, but I would be shocked if they were going to bring in a third baseman and move Raffy to DH. Like
why is that shocking? I'm stuck on that. Why is that shocking?
If they could have moved Yoshida by now, they would have. They're not
big time
holding him back. You know what I mean? Like, and they'd still have to get rid of him. So how are they going to do that?
But haven't we just mentioned that they can figure something out with Yoshida? I mean, you can technically just keep him on the roster. I understand that doesn't do you much good when he's like barely playing.
Over who though? Like, who do you think they'd rather have, him or David Hamilton? I think it's Hamilton by a lot.
No, it's not even close. It's Hamilton.
Who would they rather have, him or Romy Gonzalez? It's Romy Gonzalez by a lot. Him or Rob Refsnyder? Well, Rob Refsnyder.
I mean, they've shown you they want everyone else but him. They don't want him at all, which obviously hasn't helped his trade value. So,
and then there's like Rafaela.
Everyone else you'd rather have. You go down the list. He's the last guy on the list. There's no doubt.
That's but then every other team knows Arenado. That. And then you add Arenado, and now you've created this blockage. And I do we've heard that they've talked to the Padres about one of their relievers. I wouldn't be super shocked if they were like, listen, we know you'll just give him us. What if we just made this a larger deal? If you take Casas, you'll take Yoshida's money, but we'll be taking more money back, so it evens out. You're still shedding salary. I
still can't believe that Masataka Yoshida has no value to any other team. And I'm not saying they
killed his value.
No, I know, but no value. It's at the point now where literally no one will take them. No one will take them and then factor in whatever we would have to eat for the contract. I mean, obviously no one's just going to eat up the rest of the money that's on his deal, but he has to have some value based on the spurts that he's shown in the 2 years he's been on the team. And just putting the fielding stuff aside, if you're another team, it's not like you can't just ramp him back up and put him in the field. He can field. That wouldn't be the hardest thing ever to just use him in the outfield again. Look at some of the outfielders in the big leagues that can hit. There's a ton of them that suck. So he can match that, but I just don't get how he has no value to any other team with what his peak has been so far. For spurts, he's been one of the best hitters, just get on base, kind of slap hitters, but still get on base guys in the league.
If I took a bite out of a sandwich and was like, this fucking sucks, and then you said, man, I'm hungry, and I was like, do you want this sandwich that sucks? You'd be like, not really. You keep saying how bad it is. That's what the Red Sox did.
I'd say the other half of the sandwich isn't that bad. You got to give that other half of the sandwich a try.
But that's bad negotiating. I'm about to throw it in the trash. You could get it for free. I'm literally.
Trust me. They've tanked his value. There's no getting around that.
That's why no one's like, yeah, I'll take him off your hands. This guy you keep slandering nonstop.
They've done themselves no favors. But I think even with that being the case, I still have to think somebody would acquire Masataka Yoshida. I get worried about what the money is that you'd have to eat, but 0.0 value just doesn't seem to match up. For a guy that, by the way, is like the best player on the team, like we've discussed, that's the craziest part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
We offered Seattle Casas and Yoshida for their number 5 pitcher, and they said no thanks.
So that was confirmed, by the way. That was confirmed.
This is a team that is desperate for offense. Can't score a fucking run to save their lives. And we were like, hey, we'll take your 5th starter. We'll give you 2 dudes that maybe have a 900 and an 800 OPS. And they're like, suck our fucking dicks, dude.
And it would save you money. It would save you like $10 million.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like hardest pass of all time.
Yeah.
They're the most set.
I think the Mariners might just be stupid.
They are.
Oh, no, they should have done that deal. They should have done that deal.
1,000%.
Yeah, I think I would have had regrets about that deal, depending on like who the pitcher was. Like, who was it? Was it Wu or Miller?
It was Castillo.
Well, weren't they going for both of them? I thought they were going for Wu and Castillo separately.
Yeah,
Castillo was the
final
second
offer. They countered with Castillo for Casas, and we said if you're taking Casas, you're also taking. We offered Casas for Wu or Miller. They said we'll give you Castillo for Casas. We said what about Casas and Yoshida? And I think they blocked us.
That's not entirely what happened. Castillo, again, this is hypothetically. This is hypothetical. This is hypothetical. There was concerns about, like, I think like Castillo wanted his deal reworked if he was going to get traded because of the taxes in Seattle.
Sure, but I don't believe it was like accepted either.
I think there was a point where it was kind of, I don't know who was on the table for the Red Sox, but there was some combination where if Castillo gave it the thumbs up, like it was done. I'm pretty sure. Don't Google it, because that's not like, I didn't read that somewhere.
No, it's just all hypothetical again.
Yeah, this is hypothetical. Like, this is just like a thought I had.
Have the Mariners done anything this offseason, or did they ever do anything? I mean,
no.
Like, who have they even got? I don't even know who they've signed.
They re-signed Polanco, right?
Polanco, yeah.
Is that
like a 1-year deal? Yeah. I thought that they would be more involved in the Alonso market, especially once it deteriorated.
No one wanted first baseman, and that kind of goes into why no one wants Yoshida. No one wants DH only players right now either, especially if they don't even think he's good at that.
Or Casas.
Oh, well, they acquired Austin
the first
Shenton.
Baseman. Yeah, it's bad.
Dude, the big Shent.
They got Shenton. How did we forget about Austin Shenton? That's on us.
Yeah, the Mariners are a don't
want to do anything. So if anything, I mean, I like that because I am in that don't trade Casas territory. But if they were a team that was operating, if they were a team that was operating like a lot of other teams, I think they probably would have found a way to get Tristan Casas if they actually wanted him. But who knows where his value is right now? It's hard to tell.
I think the main point that we need to circle back on is if the Red Sox trade for Nolan Arenado, I don't think that means that Casas is out. I don't think that that's what it means.
I'd be stunned.
What's their next? They'd have to get rid of somebody. They simply can't carry that many.
They would
people.
have to figure out. They would have to eat some money on Yoshida. Like, I don't know.
Yoshida be a tourist. Do something. I don't think, like, if you want Arenado that bad, you figure something out with the Yoshida situation. I don't think it becomes like we don't do Arenado because of Yoshida.
Yeah.
No, but I think I still view it as I think the reason, again, they don't really want Bregman is they want to spend that money next year. I understand why people won't buy that. I very much understand why people are like, that doesn't make sense. I think the reason they're not trying to overcommit to Bregman is because they want to overcommit to Vladdy. That's where I think if they get Arenado, they can do 1 year. Yes, Jared?
That is something that I heard. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I did.
Exactly.
So I did hear in the last week, because I was poking around, being like, asking agents and whomever, like executives with other teams, being like, hey, why do you think Bregman's still out there? And And why do you think the Red Sox aren't just like, fine, fuck it, here's 5 or 6 years, like we'll get it done? And let's say I asked 3 people. Let's say I asked 4 people. 3 of them came back with the play is Vladdy.
Right.
Like, that's the plan. I mean, like, that's a fucking crazy plan. If what if he signs the extension in spring training and then you get nobody? I don't know. I mean, like if they hit his number, then they hit his number. I don't know.
Because your pivot right now is Casas. Right now, you can still pivot that way. That's why.
But how annoying is it? And I've said this the last time it came up. How annoying is it to talk about potentially not signing Alex Bregman because you want to sign Vladdy, and the amount of money that would take and the years that would take, and look at the track record over the last 6 years. They're not even going past 2 years for players. They just give out 1-year deals.
Over that 2-year stretch, or 2 years ago is when they re-signed Devers. And when they did that, it was Heim at the time, but he said, as an organization, we're not trying to give out these 9-10-year deals to people that are 30 already, when they're in their mid-20s. And whether or not you want to believe it was a real pursuit, they were in on Soto, who was 26. Vladdy will be 26. Bregman, 31. I understand. Right. I think they're then like, hey, if Bregman will take, they have to prove it. I said this last show. If we could fast forward a year, if we could just look into the future and see they actually went up to 450 for Vladdy, I think we'd all be like, all right, we get it. They can't do that right. They can't even talk about it right now. So I get why they're not trying to overcommit to Bregman. Signing Bregman over Vladdy is objectively a stupid idea. If they sign Vladdy.
If you compare the two, it would make no sense. But it's also a major assumption that they'd be the team that A, he picks, and B, that pays the most for him to come here.
Is it right? That crazy?
I just, again, we're in that show me, position.
They have to prove it.
They have to prove it. And they have not deserved any of the benefit of the doubt in the last handful of years. And I keep going back to the same thing of being worried that the 2 guys they have paid, they hate and don't play. And when they do play, they don't really do anything for the team. So it's like that continuously has them in the headspace of
30.
Should we do that? No, I know. I mean, most people are 30. Most of them hit free agency around 30. So it's like that's going to happen often. So of course, like, yes, if you're going to play the age game and they actually commit the money to Vladdy, then you win. I am going to be so pumped to cheer for that and to give them credit for that. But I still got the odds of that being relatively slim based off of what's happening right now. It's a big jump too, to be like, all right, well, we're not going to pay Bregman because we're also going to like, you could just pay both of them too. Like, why?
You could, but that gets weird with the fit too. Like, we also know they're not going to spend $300 million. Like we know that. Is that right or wrong? Obviously it's wrong. They should overextend more often than not. They can play how the Dodgers are playing. We just know they're not going to. But realistically, if you tell me they're going to put Vladdy and Raffy in the middle of the lineup, I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that.
The best version of that, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, is that Tristan has a huge year, and then they get something big in return for Tristan, and then they sign Vladdy. I think that might be the sweet spot, but you need a lot of stuff to go right. And again, assumption a free agent is going to sign here is a huge assumption. Even if they are interested here, this could be another runner-up situation for Boston, and he could go somewhere else. Coley?
That's possible, but also let me throw this at you, and Jared, this goes to you too. When was the last player you remember that had a mid-February deadline for contract, like that far in advance known about? We hear plenty of guys say, hey, once the season starts, I'm not gonna
Oh, you're talking about Vladdy's extension, you mean?
Yeah. Vladdy's extension being announced, was it like February 17th or some shit?
I didn't see this. There's a deadline for him? I didn't even see that.
He gave a hard deadline, like, hey, if we don't have it figured out by then, I'm going to free agency. To me, that says either I'm like, trade me in middle of February. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Vladdy got moved.
Why wouldn't he want to hit free agency, by the way? Like, why is he even given a deadline to a team that it just hasn't worked out with? Like, wouldn't you just want to see everybody's offer?
The Blue Jays have far more money than they've ever cared to show you. They have probably one of the, like, a top 3 most richest owners in baseball. So it's like, all right, yeah, like maybe you just didn't have the opportunity to flex that financial muscle. Now's the time. I'm the guy. And if they don't come correct, it's like, all right, That's fine. Like I know you got it. So if that check doesn't roll in and it doesn't look good to me, then someone's going to give it to me, and it's probably going to be the Red Sox. Actually, I don't even want to say that. It's going to be someone other than you. That's all.
I do think it's going to be us. Like I look at how the first base market played out this offseason. People did not want them at all. And then you look at the teams who have made large commitments. The Dodgers, I can't imagine they're going to sign Vladdy. Like, just simply, where is he going to play? Just simply, doesn't make any sense.
Literally don't have a position. Yeah.
The Mets are like really the only team, but they have to be interested. I don't know that they are. They want to play Vientos at first. They want to do that. I wouldn't be shocked if the Blue Jays sign Pete within the next couple of weeks. I don't know who the fuck's going to sign Pete Alonso.
I still wouldn't be stunned if he just goes back to the Mets. But yeah, that would open up.
He's begging to go back to the Mets.
No, I know.
But the Blue Jays will pay more, even if it's for 2 years. He'll be like, fine, I'll go do that and sock a bunch of homers.
This might be an assumption.
I would be shocked if he was available.
Like, two things. If the Blue Jays have that much money, which they do, wouldn't you still want to hit free agency to be like, all right, if you got the deep pockets, let's see how deep these really are. I want you to compete with every other team that wants my services, which if it's Vladdy Jr. and he repeats or comes close to repeating what he did last year, there should be a good amount of teams that would want him. Now, teams that can afford him is a completely different discussion. But that, and then it's just tricky for me to see him wanting to still, like, I think Vladdy wants to win titles. Like, I feel like he's a competitive dude, and I don't think he thinks he can do that in Toronto. So why would he want to sign an extension before the season with that being the case and with you probably being able to get the most money possible by just hitting free agency? I don't fully get that one.
I would be, if he got moved here specifically, I think he would re-sign if we met his number. I do believe that.
Yeah.
Like before free agency.
Well, there's much more reason to think the Sox could do something soon than the Blue Jays.
Yeah, 1,000%.
They call that a Mookie Betts. You know?
Yeah.
The old, I'm going to free agency no matter what the fuck happens. And then getting traded and not going to free agency. They call that a Marcus Lynn Betts.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to take advantage of one of those one of these days.
And I'd love to drink an ice cold Blue Moon beer. That's what I would love to do.
Another round.
Yeah, I'd love to drink one.
Moons?
Because even if you love beer, there are some moments that you want to enjoy a non-alcoholic drink. Like during the Royal Rumble, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate those times with Blue Moon's non-alcoholic Belgian white, Belgian style wheat brew. It's for when you want to drink a non-alcoholic version of your favorite beer. I wish I could say we had some of these on Saturday. Because I would have had 7 or 8 of them, you know?
Responsibly.
Well, they're non-alcoholic, Coley. You can have as many as you like.
Still, I mean, it's the same thing as overloading on Gurt. Like, you just 7 or 8, that's a lot of liquid in the gut.
You're right. You're right. That's fair. There have been times where I've enjoyed a non-alcoholic Belgian white, Belgian style wheat brew. Just didn't happen to be this past Saturday. But probably this weekend. Yeah, probably this weekend. I think we're going to do a little
Big game.
Big game. Yeah, Jake, bleep that. I've always wondered, like, how popular do you have to be to tell people not to use the name of the thing that you want everyone to watch? Like, you can't even say the name of it. That's crazy.
It's that and it's the Olympics. Those are the only two.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't say it in an ad. You can just say it.
Yeah, you can say it.
Yeah, I don't think you need to bleep that one. It wasn't in an ad.
It was for sure in an ad.
An ad was going on.
In an ad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, bleep that, Jake.
Yeah, bleep that.
Yeah, big time in an ad.
Jake's just got Gurt coming out everywhere.
You already love and available year-round. A Belgian white, Belgian style wheat brew that tastes like drinking, even if it's not. Crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander, it tastes balanced and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon non-alcoholic Belgian white, Belgian style wheat brew. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon non-alcoholic Belgian white, Belgian style wheat brew delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That's
Fuck
get.
Is going on?
I don't know, dude. Yeah, that's bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter, celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Non-alcoholic malt beverage, contains less than 0.5% alcohol per volume.
Suck one.
Yeah, suck one. I was like still drunk by like lunchtime the next day. We went to go get breakfast, and I was like, I shouldn't drive. Yeah.
Could have rear-ended T.
Mm-hmm.
Would have had so much poop in that car.
Piss and shit everywhere.
Oof.
Yep. Yep.
I think that's what's happening with him right now. Yeah,
What?
that'll do it. I think he's pooping and peeing everywhere right now.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
he's gonna be so pissed that can't be in a car after getting like tapped in the back. He's wasting this poop and pee. He could be making so much money off of this right now.
He could be just racking up the racks.
He just has to flush this. Like, that's just flushing money right down the toilet.
Yeah. For real.
He starts doing every poop and pee in his front seat just in case he gets into an accident.
Yeah.
He just leaves it in the car.
Yeah. They're like, sir, this is months old. What are you talking about?
He wouldn't even start the car up knowing T. He'd go into a cold car and just start pooping and peeing and just ride it out. Man. Only T.
Yeah. Who you guys most looking forward to talking to when we go to spring training?
It's Jaren, because that mother bleeper has been dodging this podcast.
He's not going to do it.
He's gonna fucking do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He said he would do it. I know that doesn't mean he's gonna do it.
When did he say that?
I asked him and he said he would do it.
When? When did you ask him?
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, trust me. Even him saying he'll do it, if he actually does it, those are completely different things. But
he's told me he's gonna do it like the last 2-3 years. He said he's gonna do it.
No, I know. This one feels different though. It does.
We could grab him, like physically grab him.
Yeah, we can all just like tackle him and just like interview him while he's pinned to the ground. I think that's
we all got mics.
Yeah. What was it like when an All-Star Game MVP, you motherfucker?
Can you move your hand?
He's got to do it. He's hopping on. He hops on the most random shit. It's like, dude, we've been buddies
it's a weird
for
answer,
3
but
years.
I think most in.
What just happened?
You cut out, so Jared just thought you stopped talking because you did cut out in a spot that was at the end of a sentence. So Jared just goes, "What about you, Coley?" And I started to talk, and you just cut back in and said, "We've been best friends for 3 years."
Yeah, we're not best buddies. We've been buddies for 3 years. That would be funny to just like hear out of nowhere. Okay, I'm back. Jaren's doing it. There we go, Coley.
I will say, Coley.
So, yeah, it's a weird answer, but I would be most interested to talk to Vaughn Grissom because what a weird last 12 months. And he's in a weirder spot now. Like they've been actively recruiting Alex Bregman to play second, like the only position he's got on the team. And then Christian Campbell's jostling for that spot. We've already talked to Campbell. Would love to talk to him again, obviously. But yeah, Vaughn, he was the centerpiece, the only piece to the Chris Sale deal. And it's just been a rough 12 months, but I still believe in a helpful player there. So I think it's just an interesting mindset or mind space he's probably in.
What an interesting story arc that could become if they don't sign Bregman and they're like, all right, we don't want to have Campbell break camp. Like we want to get him a little bit more reps down in AAA. And then Vaughn's just hitting 390 with a 1400 OPS on May 1st. And it's like, all right, well, now what do we do?
Right.
I'd rather have that problem. Let's just get to that point.
It's a good problem to have. Yeah. I haven't given up on Vaughn. How old is he? Fucking 24?
No, he was younger than anyone who played for the Red Sox last year.
What does that mean? How old
is he? He is 24. He is 24.
Okay, so he just turned. Wait, he just turned 24?
Yeah, like literally a month ago, exactly.
Because Rafaela also just turned 24, I think, or maybe 25.
Is he 20? Ceddanne Rafaela's 25? No, he's 24.
Okay, but a little bit older then.
Yeah, he's going to be
months.
25 before Grissom.
So yeah, if you think of Rafaela as young, which you should, Vaughn's younger.
In my mind, I honestly think of Vaughn being younger.
Okay. I think because he debuted with the Braves, that's a big part of it. But Grissom debuted with the Braves like 4 years ago. So I think because he's been in the league longer, he feels older to a lot of people, but he's a young kid. So I'm hopeful he's helpful.
I will add real quick, I would love, and we talked about this, Jerry, but would love to get Liam Hendricks on the pod. Very funny.
I put individual. In the ask.
Put in the ask, okay. Yeah, I was listening. My dad and I were heading down to the Astros spring training facility. They share it with the Nationals. We were just trying to see if guys were tossing the pearl around. Nobody was, but still walked around the park and it was fun. Happened to flip the radio on. He's like, "Oh, Steven, we got MLB Network radio." I'm like, "Of course you do. Like, all we do is baseball in this family." And put it on. Liam Hendricks. He was on for 45 minutes, which was crazy. I never knew players to do that long of an interview. They're like, "We got Liam Hendricks for the whole hour." I was like, "The whole hour? When the hell did players agree to that?" But he was incredible. He's kind of like, he's similar to a stand-up comedian in that he's got a joke coming soon, like at all times. Like there's something funny coming up all the time with Liam Hendricks. He's naturally funny. Was praising all the young guys. It was a really good interview. So I would love to have him on.
Well, he's definitely, I mean, name an Australian MLB player that didn't go into media once they retired.
There's that many that did?
No, but there's, yeah.
Is there one?
They all did it. There's like 3, but they all did it. Any media outlet's going to be like, "You guys sound funny. You got a job for life." That's just.
It helps, but he's funny. He is funny.
He is funny. And they like, I feel like maybe I'm generalizing here, but Australians have a great sense of humor.
100%.
Yeah.
They're literally all criminals.
What?
All of them.
If you could have guessed, if you could have told me what word is Coley about to say, I wasn't going to put criminals out there for why they're
criminals.
Funny.
Yeah.
They're a colony of criminals. We shipped them. Us in England shipped criminals there. That's how they built an island.
Right. We shipped Hendricks out there. He came back. Right.
Yep.
That is how Australia was founded.
I knew
outside of the Aborigines who have been there since time.
Dude, you're telling us stuff we definitely know. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty commonplace. I think a lot of people are probably yelling at you too right now.
I didn't know this.
America too, by the way. Once England lost, they were like, "Fucking take these idiots," and sent criminals here.
It's all news to me.
In the 1800s, the bloody code was gradually rescinded because. Oh wait, no, this is not it.
That's pirates, not Australians.
I'm still trying to see the connection between funny and criminals. Or I guess criminals just are funny.
Criminals are very funny.
Okay. Yeah.
They can be.
You got to have a sense of humor in that line of work.
I'm trying to find give me the Cliff Notes. Australians were related to convicts that were transported from the British Isles to Australia.
That's all I did. Is give me the Cliff Notes.
It's like exactly what Coley just did. I'm just trying to know, but what you said, I need better Cliff Notes. Those aren't going to do it.
Shorter, more concise.
I want too many words.
Like, when did this happen? Like, what year did this happen?
What year did anything happen?
Yeah. That's a good point.
I feel like it was largely, what did you say, 1800s? That sounds right. Those big boating hours.
Said between 1788 and 1868. That's way too long of a gap. More than 162,000 convicts were transported to Australia. Of these, about 7,000 arrived in 1833 alone. There you go.
I thought you were going to say the rest did not arrive.
Yeah, of these 162,000, only 7,000.
We got 7.
We got 7. I mean, they had to swim there, so it's like the odds are really, slim. But 7,000 arrived in 1833. There you go. Really fun fact there.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know this.
Breaking news.
Who we got?
This is big for us, actually. Pete Alonso's going back to the Mets.
Oh, there we go. Dude, I'm 5 for 5. All right, Bregman's coming to the Red Sox. That's what that means.
Yeah. Breaking
shocking.
news. Pete Alonso and the New York Mets are in agreement on a free agent contract.
Wow.
Pete Alonso's deal with the New York Mets, which is pending a physical, is for 2 years and includes an opt-out after the first season. He'll make $30 million this year. In total, Pete Alonso's deal will guarantee him $54 million over 2 years, sources tell ESPN. I just want him there long enough to where the Mets are not in the Vladdy sweepstakes. And maybe they still will be. I don't know. I don't know that takes him out of it. It maybe puts a dent in a little bit, but I don't know.
To be like, I understand they signed Soto, so it's a stupid offseason to make this point. They don't overextend for a lot. Soto was a special case, but they've turned down a lot. Look at their pitching rotation. They couldn't match the A's for Severino. And then they went to Clay Holmes to make him a starter. Like, they are more frugal than they appear.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Pete Alonso, this sucks, right? You got a 2-year deal with an opt-out after 1.
He got $100 million less than they offered him like 7 months ago.
This is brutal for him. I'm kind of surprised why did he even sign this?
Because he really wanted to stay with the Mets.
This guy loves the Mets. Like, there's no other reason why you signed this deal. And understable, you just got one Soto.
Let's go Mets. Love the Mets, baby. Hit a home run.
That's the first thing I'm thinking looking at this deal. This guy's obsessed with the Mets for signing this contract.
He is. That's all he thinks. That's his internal monologue at all times.
Let's go Mets, baby. Hit a home run.
Let's go, baby. It's about the Mets, baby. Let's go.
Let's go Mets. He just didn't take calls from any other team. It's like, no, I'm going to the Mets. I'm going to the Mets, baby. I'm going to the Mets.
Yeah. He literally would say, like, the Blue Jays would be like, we'll give you so much money. And he said, it's not always about the money.
It's not always about the money. Toronto
Blue Jays.
It's about the Mets, Toronto. It's about the Mets. Listen up, Toronto Blue Jays.
It's not about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets. Let's go Mets. Hit a home run.
Hit a home run. The metal bat ping is really what sets off that clip for me.
Looking at a major league park and hearing a metal bat is the perfect combo. Like, it's wonderful. So Bregman's coming to the Red Sox. That's what that means. I'm 5 for 5 so far in my free agent predictions.
Been cooking with that, Steve.
That is big.
So,
that is huge.
And I'm not one to be like, go Steve, go, but I kind of want to here because this has been pretty good.
I usually see, like, every winter there's that one fucking random dickhead that, like, goes 6
I'm fine being that dickhead
this winter, predicting stuff. And this year it's like, all right, yeah, I know the guy.
Yeah, you know the random dickhead. It's a big deal.
Yes.
And it's him opt out too, right? Not a team opt out.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go.
It's 100% the metal bat every time.
Get a home run, baby.
Ping.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
The ping is my favorite part. My second favorite part is whoever screen recorded it did it off YouTube, and you could still see them rewinding at the beginning of the screen record. That's perfect internet right there.
Yep.
It's impressive.
Good stuff.
So yeah, him holding that opt out, he's not opting out. He's no way he hits free agency again next year.
So what's the money again?
54.
Yeah, it's 30 this year, 24 next year. Alonso's like, let's go, baby.
Oh, yeah. He's collecting that 24. There's no doubt. He'll be there.
Yeah.
That's huge. Always about the money.
Wait, he had his choice of a 3-year deal and a 2-year deal and opted for the 2-year deal. What?
What? Where are you seeing that?
That's Heyman just put that out there.
Oh, the 3 must have been less AAV.
Yeah, he just wanted more in a shorter term. I mean, let's be real. After this 2-year deal, he's like, let's do another 2-year deal, Mets. Like, come on, how many more 2-year deals you got? He'll just keep doing it. He'll just keep saying
it ain't always about the money, Steve Cohen. It's about the Mets, baby. And Cohen's like, I agree. Take this money.
All right, all right. Alex Bregman, Red Sox, man. Let's make it the cover. It's the cover again. Boom.
Let me
That's going to hurt so much more if he's then the only one that isn't right. That's going to blow.
Especially with all the high stepping you're doing right now.
I know.
Exactly. Yeah. Because, that's the one that personally affects you. He's gonna sign with the Cubs, and everyone's gonna be like, "Ha ha, you got it wrong, and your team sucks now."
No, I know. This is setting up for a big time letdown. There's no doubt about it.
Jared's texting Bregman, being like, "Pick the Cubs."
Yeah. Please don't sign here. I know this random dickhead, and I don't want him to go 6 for 6.
You'll never hear the end of Steve if you come here. So please,
I'm not gonna. I genuinely won't celebrate that much. I will do one last quote tweet, but I'm not gonna go like crazy with it. I'll celebrate a lot, but
yeah, celebrate, dude. When was our last podcast? It was Wednesday, the 29th.
Last Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't even know if because I did the exact same fucking thing. I read the text message and I made Jake edit it, or like, so I'm not gonna read it.
Did you just get something?
No, this was from last week. It's just like the gist of it was like, you know, you look at the situation, Red Sox, shitty offer, maybe. But there's still agents that think that he could come to the Sox. And I'm like, why do you think that? I don't know why you think that. I don't know. I don't want to talk about Bregman. I don't.
I mean, just the quickest answer in summary ever is the fit, right? Isn't that it? It's not based off of like rumors of a contract. It's just still the fit.
The fit isn't even that perfect if you think about it.
No, but you can make it a pretty good fit.
Yeah.
But you're right. We've talked about it a lot.
There's better fits elsewhere. Like the Cubs.
I know.
Or the Mets,
Sadly.
baby. What about the Mets?
He should go to the Mets. He takes a 1-year deal with the Mets. Join up with Pete Alonso, baby.
Yeah.
Imagine during the show, the next 10 minutes, Alex Bregman joins the Mets.
The Mets.
Passon's like, and Bregman reached out and he said, quote, "It ain't always about the money, Paisan."
This whole time, Bregman's just been waiting for Pete Alonso to go back to the Mets so that he could join the Mets. He's like, I needed the head of the Mets to be on the Mets.
I did not have Pete Alonso signing before Bregman.
No chance. Especially a 2-year deal. There's no chance I expected a 2-year deal.
No. Motherfucker wanted, what, 7 and 200?
He wanted 7 years.
That they offered him fucking, what, 5 for 154 or something like that? Or 6 for 154 last year?
What changed?
What was the offer?
They got closer to the offseason. That may have been a pre-Stearns offer.
I mean, that's close on the AAV. That's not far off. That's like 25 a year. And he basically took 27 a year.
Pete Alonso is going to end up being the Tim Wakefield of the Mets, where he just takes a 1-year deal for the last 9 years of his career with the Mets. People forget, like, they just went into every offseason being like, 1-year deal again, Tim? Yep. All right. Sounds good. And like, what offseason do you remember going into where you had any fear of losing Tim Wakefield in free agency? It was just like, yeah, he's on a 1-year deal. Then we just do it again every year. That's what we do until he was like, you know what? I got my 200th win. I'm good. See you later. Bye-bye.
I remember the grind for the 200th win. I mean, it made it all the better.
I was at all those every fucking home start. Every single one. It took him 11 tries, whatever it was. I bet if Milky was here, he would know. Yeah, it was something crazy like that. To get to 200, I can't remember, but I know that I chased it like a storm chaser. I was like, I think I went to like the first 2, and then he didn't get it. And then I went to the third one, and I was just hell bent on. I remember I was dating a girl that lived in Rhode Island at the time, and left Rhode Island to go to Fenway because Tim Wakefield was starting. I was like, I can't not see his 200th win. Was Tupac committed. Did see it though. I was there for it.
So he finished with exactly 200, right?
No, I thought he won more than that because it was like the summertime in 2011 that he won it. He had to have won another game.
I thought it was like 207 or something, but I could be way off.
Let's see.
Yeah,
I want to find how many games it was.
how many games that he...
I think he finished with 200. Am I crazy?
He fucking did.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because it was getting tight at the end. Yeah, it happened on September 13th. So, like, he only had a couple starts left, and he's like, I got to get this thing. And it wasn't even that good of a start. It was 6 innings, 5 earned, 6 hits, couple homers.
Is it a dub, though? It's a dub.
It's a dub, dude, against the Blue Jays. Yeah, he went 8 starts, basically 9 starts without getting it.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. It was 4 home starts.
4 home. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. I was at all 4.
Spread out over 3 months, by the way. That was July, August, and September.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, but I was at 2011, I was 22 years old. So, I mean, that's the prime age for chasing Tim Wakefield's 200th win. Like, what the fuck else am I going to do? You know?
No, of course.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
That's
what everyone was doing. That's what everyone was doing at that point.
Yeah. Chasing it. Chasing the dragon. Yep.
Telling you.
Yep. We often hear about the red flags that we should avoid, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we focused more on looking for green flags in friends and in partners? Tell me a green flag about myself.
A green flag about you is that you care about loyalty. You care about people that consistently show support to you and the brand. And in turn, you then show them that same support.
Yeah, with Papa Gino's.
Exactly. For free.
Yep.
I paid nothing for that.
Nothing. Yep. If you're loyal to me, Papa Gino's.
That's a classic Jared phrase. If you're loyal to me, Papa Gino's coming to you. It's like you're showing up to people's houses with pizzas. Like, this is for your loyalty.
Yeah.
I'm here
to pay you for your loyalty.
He's got cheesy breadsticks and chicken bacon.
For your daughter's wedding day, I got her the finest pie Papa Gino's can cobble together.
Then you're just getting arguments with the missus. Like, but I made a whole dish. Now we're having Papa Gino's.
Papa Gino's.
God. It's Papa Gino's, honey. I was loyal.
The whole wedding spread. It's like, you want to talk loyalty.
Sounds incredible.
Jimmy.
Papa Gino's.
You just go like this. A bunch of goons come in, clear all the all the food that you paid $13,000 for. Inner brought 7 Papa Gino's cheese pizzas.
Brings like a couple of pies. Like, that'll do
it. Yeah. Well, they're extra large.
Kisses you on both cheeks.
Yeah. Got a wedding with 200 people. He gets 2 XL pies. And 1 chicken fingers.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is for your loyalty.
This is for your loyalty.
For all you've done to me over the years.
Yeah.
I didn't miss it.
If you're loyal to me, Papa Gino's.
Papa Gino's. Sounds so stupid.
Yeah. If you're not sure what they look like, those green flags, therapy can help you identify green flags, actively practice them in your relationships, and embody the green flag energy yourself. Whether you're dating, married, building a friendship, or just working on yourself, it's time to form relationships that love you back. So, BetterHelp is all online therapy, as you guys know. When we go to Arizona, I think I'm going to meet my therapist in person for the first time. That's where she lives.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been going to her for probably 2 years. She's my 3rd therapist that I've ever had. I went guy for like 8 years, woman for like 2.5, and now second woman for about 2 years.
Couple years.
She's the only one that I haven't, like, I did in person with the first one. The second one started off in person and then went online. This one's been entirely online, but she was like, since you're in the area, we could do an in-person one. And I was like, I would like that if we could do that. But BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/rocket today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/rocket. Speaking of pizza and the promo code rocket. So what I've noticed now, in the 2 years with Train and the kids, is that before people would just walk up to me no matter what. But if I'm with them, people always wait, which like I get, like I appreciate, I guess. Like I don't have a preference. Like if you want to say hi, then say hi. I don't care. But the dude tonight that let me shout him out. Let's throw another shout out there, Coley.
Yeah, shout him out.
Shout him the fuck out.
His name's Ryan, and he's from Saugus. So I'm not even thinking, that, and like usually I can like, point people out and be like, oh yeah, I can tell he's gonna say hi. Did not get that sense from anyone that was at Prince Pizza tonight. Finish eating, Ryan hops up and he just was like, Saugus Rocket. And I it's been a long time since I've heard my full government nickname. Like usually I'll just get Rocket. Saugus Rocket, it's been a long time since anyone's blurted that at me. But yeah, I think I definitely I get that people are trying to be respectful. I don't care. Like if I'm just come say hi. Don't be nervous, don't be shy. I won't bite, And
don't
if you're loyal to me,
don't be shy. Come say hi. Papagenos.
Yeah. Yes.
You're just bringing people Papagenos at a other pizza place. You're like,
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at Prince Pizza handing out Papagenos.
It's loyalty.
Yeah.
Is that it? I think that might be it, right?
I mean, like, what the fuck else happened? I mean, we don't have T here with his Milliken manifesto, so
right.
I mean, legitimately, nothing happened. So
truck day, dude.
That's for Tyler.
Yeah.
For anyone keeping track of the suspensions at home, that suspension is for Tyler, who's not even. He becomes the first co-host to get suspended without even being on the podcast. I just can't get behind it. I can't. And listen, there's a lot of amazing people that are involved in Truck Day, that participate in it, that work on it. And I think I saw our girl Pam, who works up in the Aura Club. I think she was part of it this year. Shout out Pam. She pretty much never misses an episode. She's the best. I'm not condemning anyone that participates in it. I am condemning Tyler for being like, woo, it's Shark Day. Like, no, until like I get being excited that baseball season's back. I'm excited too. I can't wait to watch baseball every single night. I am excited about all the prospects that are going to get called up. But the last episode that Disney Steve was not on, Steve, you obviously, because I know that you're a stats guy. You rewatched the press conference that he had clipped off, like the Sam Kennedy and the Craig Breslow quotes, where they were like, "We're gonna upgrade the infield defense. We're gonna add the right-handed bat. We're gonna sign Juan Soto. We're gonna have a $500 million payroll." Like they did nothing. Like they said a bunch of things. They did none of them. So until they at least do something, some of those things, I can't be like, woo, Truck Day. I've never been the type to, like, I don't poo-poo Truck Day annually. Like, I don't look down on the event because of the event. It's just hard for me to be like, look at all the baseballs and sunflower seasons they just loaded up to send to spring training where they don't have a fucking infield defense or a right-handed bat in their lineup. Like, woo. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I told T, don't do it, and he can't help himself.
We have been consistently anti-Truck Day for the entirety of this podcast. I think going back 7 to 8 years, honestly. So consistency is key in that regard. Yeah, I like that the lack of enthusiasm for Truck Day has only gotten weaker as the years have gone on. Like, I don't know who was there. I don't know how many people were actually there. The Red Sox posted a video and there were like 10 people on either side of the truck. And you couldn't convince me they weren't just trying to cross the street. It looked like the truck was just preventing them from crossing the sidewalk. So I'm not even sold that they were actually there to send the truck off to Fort Myers. But I saw Shaughnessy wrote an article on this, and this is just, that's sweet spot Shaughnessy. This is prime time for him to go to Truck Day and just dump all over it. Credit to him, honestly. You got to tip your cap or something like that, because that's kind of exactly why he's here. But I learned in that article that Lucchino made it a thing in 2003, and it was obviously a way bigger deal back then. It's been 22 years, and now it couldn't matter any less, honestly.
Who was it that had video or it might have been Stats that had video or pictures of what Truck Day used to be?
Yeah, and he compared it to the old ones.
There used to be players that were there that like were active roster guys, and fans would come out, and it was like a parade. And now I saw like a Nesson clip, and they were just like walking by being like, what are you excited about for this season? And to win the World Series. And it's like, all right, dude. All right. Like,
because like I'm just trying to get to Starbucks across the street. Why are we all rooting on this big truck? What's going on here?
I'm walking a Star Market right now. Like, what the fuck's going on? What is this?
What are the logistics in the modern era to sending all that stuff from here to there?
I'm sorry.
Why is there?
Why do we do it?
Why are we shipping things from here to there? They definitely have baseball equipment in Florida.
I agree with that. And they also have a giant facility that they own
year round.
Yeah. Just use the shit you sent there last year. I don't know. Or you could Amazon Prime some baseballs over. I don't know.
Like, that's just not made in Boston. It's getting shipped to Boston to ship it there.
I think this might be the point of the show. That might be the best point of the whole show. That has never hit me. Why the fuck are they even bringing stuff from Fenway to JetBlue? Why isn't it just already down there? I never thought of this. This has not crossed my mind once. Because I wrote down the stuff. It's like 20,000 baseballs, 1,100 bats. There's nowhere to put this stuff in all the facilities they have at JetBlue. That's crazy.
Like, not a single player is going to use one of the bats from spring training in a major league game. Like, none of them.
I hope half the purpose. Yeah, right. Like, I hope half the purpose isn't just to like sell it as an event. But they didn't even put, like, Red Sox on Instagram put nothing up about Truck Day. So like they understand that it's not even worth it.
20,400 baseballs, 1,100 bats, 200 batting gloves, 200 batting helmets, 320 BP shirts, 160 white game jerseys, 300 pairs of pants, 400 t-shirts, 400 pairs of socks, 20 cases of gum, which doesn't seem like a lot. They're going to play
like a week. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they're going to play a lot of games and practice. Like, 20 cases of gum seems very light. 60 cases of sunflower seeds. And like, that's a Tyler, and baseball is around the corner. That's Tyler's tweet. Like, he's so fucking corny with this.
He's got to get away from that. He's got to get, like, even I saw with the MLB The Show thing, he's like, oh my God, if Manny is in this game, like, my life is saved. Or so. No, it's not.
You don't remember Manny. And you didn't watch Manny's prime.
No.
The earliest season he remembers is 2007. He never played another full season with the Red Sox.
But Tyler gets positive reinforcement. It got 2,000 likes, so he's not going to stop doing that.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
No. Yeah. You can't, like, no, you just can't. Like, it's okay also to have a thought about Truck Day, but you basically just tweeted out, like, if you took the body of this text, the tweet, that's what the Red Sox main handle would have tweeted 3 years ago when people still cared about the team.
Yeah. Nobody cared about Truck Day. I can't get off this point by Coley. Like, why is this stuff even at Fenway? Why are there 20,000 baseballs at Fenway?
Imagine like Truck Day is just a front for like a major like drug transporting.
It's all just cocaine. This stuff is not in there.
It's just like it's 6 tons
Wally's
of cocaine.
Just like putting tons of cocaine in this. Hey guys,
37 Filipino prostitutes just crammed in the back there.
Well, he's got a bunch of guns just in the outfit. Like,
yeah.
Who wants a little squishy baseball?
Yeah.
There's
Like,
no
God.
way that they couldn't just get the bats transported there from places that are already in Florida.
Yeah, we're not a textile city. Like, we didn't create
No.
any of these things.
No.
And like the
No.
Lowell Mills, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, that's
Where
not
are
where
you
they came
storing
from.
it in the park? It's got to be freezing. Like, I have no idea. Why
And
are we
like
keeping these things
20
here?
cases of gum. You can't get gum anywhere but Fenway Park. So we got to transport the gum there on the
They
truck.
shipping down Fenway Franks. Like, what else are we?
Yeah.
What are we sending?
Oh my God, dude.
Henry's
There's
gonna
got
look
to
at
be
this.
so much
And
cocaine on that truck.
Endless coke in that truck. Think about how much cocaine. It probably hit them when they launched this in 2003. Why are we sending baseball? Look at how much coke we could put in this truck.
Yeah, everyone's
A
going to come out and
massive truck.
celebrate. No one's going to ask a single question. They'll be like, yeah, of course they're sending. They need this giant truck to send 20 packs of gum to Florida.
They get a police escort. The cops aren't coming to get them. They're escorting them down to Florida. Like, this is the perfect plan, actually.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Well, they just got caught, but
Up until now, great job, Red Sox.
they got away with it for what, 20 plus
22
years?
Yeah, at least 20
22
years. I think they started the cocaine thing in 06, so it's been almost 20 years of getting coke down to Fort Myers.
It started as an accident. The first truck got switched with the baseball truck, but it worked so well. They're like, I guess we sell cocaine now.
They didn't let that one guy know in Fort Myers that was there to receive the truck. Like, what the hell is... Shut up.
Oh, we line the field with this? What is this?
Yeah. Is this the foul line chalk? Like, what the hell?
My question is,
Mhm.
why has no one ever asked these questions before? Why have
Both of you
as a
made
society,
incredible points. Yep.
as a society, why have we just accepted that this is necessary?
We want it on the record. Me and Jared are very happy. We don't have any thoughts about unaliving ourselves. So if we wake up the Charles, just connect the dots.
You know whose door to knock on.
I can just already see the phone call. We got some bad news.
Yeah, dude.
The guys on the 10. The guys on the 10. They know we put the coke in the truck. They told no, it was on the record. They told everyone.
Yeah, super public.
Like anyone that actually loves the team or still loves it listens to this thing. They all know.
Yeah. I mean, is there a chance that the truck hasn't successfully made it to Florida yet? What truck day was yesterday, right?
Yeah, that takes 3 days to drive down.
Yeah. They're going to get pulled over in Georgia or something.
Yeah, South Carolina.
Whoop, whoop.
I can just picture Wally just putting his hands up like he's driving.
Get
the fuck out of the truck.
Hey, I don't know. It's 20,000 baseball. He just starts reading it off.
Yeah.
1,100 bats.
You didn't see Tyler Milliken's tweet? We got gum in here. It's just gum.
He reaches for his phone to show the tweet and he gets shot.
He's getting a gun.
Get the fuck on the ground.
Tessie's crying.
Yeah.
They didn't tell us.
Yeah. Well, that was easier to figure out than I think the Red Sox realized.
It took us 22 years.
No, I know. They had us, dude. I mean, we've been doing this show for 10 years. Like, we didn't think of this at all until now. So, hey, good run. They had a good run. They had a good run.
It was a perfect guys. They were like, this will be so lame. People are going to shit on it. And all the while, we're smuggling women, guns, and drugs down to Florida.
We got women in there now.
Yeah. They're just blowing right past Fort Myers and going straight to Miami. Like,
they go to the Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the video exists. Have you ever seen the truck unloaded in Fort Myers?
No,
I've never seen that.
Never seen it
It's
ever.
always leaving.
Dude, that thing doesn't sniff Fort Myers. That's on the other side of Florida, bro. It doesn't come close to Fort Myers.
No.
It may not leave the city limits. Like we don't get a helicopter like following it the whole way. You know what I mean? Like that.
No, that goes
to Lowell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes like 20 minutes down the road.
Like, all right, Cranston. Here we go.
For some reason, this shit's all stored at Fenway, and they gotta get it to Lowell. I don't know. We'll call it Truck Day. Just get a big truck. The amount of lunatic, stupid fucking fans we have, they'll love it.
It's such a coked up idea. They're just like, we'll get a big truck, right?
Yeah.
People think that's suspicious to see a big truck in February at Fenway. So we call the news. Follow me.
Yep.
Day. We're sending it all to Florida. We got baseballs. We got bats. We're sending it all down there. And then we send it to Worcester. We send it to Greece. We got Coke all over the East Coast.
But first, we got to get Lenny Donato there to throw soft, squishy baseballs to all the people that are watching the truck.
Not real baseballs. They got to be the soft, small, squishy ones. You got to throw them right at the kids and the families. Also, say there's a very specific amount of items, like, I don't know, 20,400 baseballs. Don't say 20,000. You got to say a specific number. Then they'll definitely think there's no Coke or women in that truck.
That is crazy. It is like, it's why 20,400 baseballs.
How many baseballs? 20,000 baseballs.
Why is the 400? Why isn't it
like
20,000? What?
Yeah.
Like,
We need 20. Is 20,000 good? No. 20,400 baseballs.
I don't even know what to Google.
I'll give you guys 1,000 bats. No, we need 1,100 bats. Why?
also, this is another reason why it's obviously Coke in the truck. Who's counting the baseballs? Who the hell counts out 20,400 baseballs?
Nobody, because there's no baseballs on that truck.
I tried to Google, like, what does 20,000 baseballs even look like? Like, for scale, can you fit 20,000 baseballs in a single truck? Let alone everything else they're claiming?
No, I don't
1,100 bats? Do you know how many bats that is?
That's a lot. It's over 1,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so many baseballs.
It's a lot of bats. 320 batting practice shirts. Why 320? You only have, 60 players?
For like the roster invites, but you got minor league guys there too. You know what I mean?
But
Probably
how many? Probably 60-ish?
No.
Well, I guess like coaching staff.
Yeah. You're talking a couple
Definitely
hundred.
not 320.
What about, it might be half that though. Every guy gets 2 shirts. People
Maybe.
get 2 shirts. That's a thing.
Maybe.
The 20 packs of gum, I think, is where that's where they got caught.
They got a little too comfortable with the with the counting numbers, with the 20 cases of gum. That's, I mean, if one case we're talking a bucket of double bubble, then I mean they do a bucket per game.
Right.
You're playing
you're
more
not
than
getting-
20 games, you have more than 20 days or worth of practice. You're down there for what, 6 weeks? 20 cases? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 120 pieces in each case. So that's so it's a little over 2,000 pieces of gum. You're flying through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not seeing March with that gum.
No, that's February gum.
No.
But when the gum's cocaine, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the gum doesn't exist, then you're good.
When the gum is pure fentanyl. Yeah. It's good.
Everyone's down
That's
there. Where
fine.
the fuck's the gum? Like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. They got Wally right now in South Carolina. Tessie jumped out in time.
Yeah. Well, he's just like, I'm not saying shit until my lawyer gets here.
Tessie's on the run right now.
That'd be, I understand why they wouldn't let us do that, but an interrogation of Wally, you know, the good cop, bad cop getting to him, but you don't know they're yelling at Wally until the camera cuts around at the end and he's not saying nothing.
Here's what we need to do.
Yeah.
We got to convince Underdog that this skit needs to get filmed. We need the truck. We need a fake Wally. We need to film it outside Fenway Park.
We need all that cocaine.
Yep. We need 20,000 baseballs that we can cut open.
20,400.
20,400 that we can have, our resident actor walk onto the truck and cut it open with a knife, and it just pours cocaine outside of it.
That's the thing. You could wrap 20,000 like ounces that look like baseballs. I think that would be interesting. Like you cut open the baseball and it's just cocaine. I think.
Oh, it's in the baseballs. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, they just are shaped like the baseball. You know what I mean? It is.
Oh, it just is the baseball.
Yeah, it's like 20,000 ounces. Yeah, about an ounce of cocaine is baseball sized, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Why 60 cases of sunflower seeds, but only 20 cases of gum?
You got to think these are code words for something. You know what I mean? Like the 60 is like Percocet, and the cases of gum are Filipino prostitutes, like I said before.
You see.
There's only 20 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. All right.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I guess that'll do it. Bonus pod coming out on Friday with all right, we're doing voicemail, Steve.
Got voicemails. Yep.
Voicemails. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what else we got?
We could do some DMs.
So some DMs. Why not? Why not us? All right. we got the bonus pod coming out Friday. And I don't know. Maybe an emergency pod this weekend or something. I don't want to promise nothing.
No, but you never know.
You just never know. I mean, I only said this weekend, not because I know anything, but because, I mean, Alonso just went tonight, and, we're getting close to the truck getting there, which what that marks.
That thing's not getting there now, but yeah, like in theory, it would have gotten there if this show didn't drop.
Yeah. Yeah. This expose.
Yeah. We're serial now.
Yeah. Yeah. But all right. Emergency pod if necessary. If not, we'll see you on Friday for the bonus pod. Steve?
Just do closing thoughts real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 3 quick closing thoughts.
Oh my God.
I mean, T's not here. I gotta do
it's fine. All right. Let me ask you this before you say any of them. Can you use any of these thoughts on the bonus pod?
I can. So I can trim this down to 1. I can trim this down to 1. They're not really conversation. They're not really. I was just gonna rip through them real quick.
Can I go first then?
Yeah, go first.
All right. My final thought is Dan Perrault has a new show coming out.
It's got a new show coming out on Netflix in March.
Got a new show coming out on Netflix. What's it called?
That's a great question. Suspend me, please.
What the fuck? How do you not know? Didn't you repost it 90 times on your story? I mean, I feel like
it was you. You did it because you were so supportive of Dan Perrault.
Yeah, I mean, Christ almighty.
To be fair to Steve, Dan Perrault's a mover and shaker in big Hollywood. That guy's constantly dropping news shows. You get confused with how many titles the guy has.
So I got confused. Oh, it's called The Residence.
It's called The Residence. Yeah,
here's the thing with 132 rooms. 100. This is my final fucking thought. My final thought. You weren't going to put this in your 19 final thoughts. It's my one final thought I'm using for Dan.
You don't know that.
Oh, am I wrong? You better have 3 really good final thoughts then.
I was going to shout out Dan. But yeah, it's The Residence. Continue.
132 rooms, 157 suspects, 1 dead body. The Residence. March 20th on Netflix. You can check out Dan Perrault's Instagram. Is Dan Perrault in this?
Yeah, he's in the show.
He's in it.
He's in it, yeah.
See the dead guy?
I hope not.
That'd be tough.
A White House murder mystery.
So he's in it.
He's in this show, 100%. It's got
Dan Perrault.
what, Gustavo from Breaking Bad.
Gustavo Fring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my final thought. The Residence, March 20th on Netflix, starring Dan Perrault.
Yes, starring Dan Perrault. Yes.
Yep. Steve?
Real quick on that, Jerry.
Yeah.
And Coley is 100% correct. Dan Perrault, I mean, he's like easily Perrault of the year because he has so many projects and so many things up in the air that when this drops, like, oh, wow, I didn't even know this was dropping in March. He's got so much stuff going on that I didn't even know this was dropping in March until he posted it.
Well, I think he probably wants to disassociate from you.
Well, he's obviously, it's a competition. He's trying to go back to back. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
He doesn't want me getting the credit, like leaking this information.
He's not allowing you to see what he has in the holster for Perrault of the year back to back. Yeah.
It makes total sense, and I respect it.
Yep.
These my thoughts
just
suck
to
now.
win, just to win Perrault of the year, launching a series of Netflix shows.
Yeah. This wasn't even the plan. He reached out to Netflix. Obviously, he had American Vandal there. He's like, guys, I need to win this award. So if we could just launch like 10
Was
shows.
American Vandal Netflix? I thought it was Big Lou.
That was Netflix. Yeah, Dan wrote that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I know he did.
He wrote that.
For some reason, I thought it was on something
He
else.
wrote that, but he's starring in The Residence,
Right.
which is on Netflix March 20th.
He is the lead.
He's the lead actor in The Residence.
He's kind of the new Ben Affleck when you really start thinking about it.
Oh, he's
Basically,
going to blow Ben Affleck out of the water once he's done with his resume. But I think what happened was Dan Perrault won Perrault of the year, and then Netflix held a meeting and they were like,
They've been watching this show so closely at Netflix. They're like, we got to get this Dan Perrault guy on the horn.
how the hell do we have The Residence and not have Dan Perrault starring in it? So they actually had to like rewrite the script to write the character in, because they had already, they had already shot a bunch of the scenes. It wasn't just about like the script writing. They had shot some of the scenes. They had to rewrite the script, and then they rewrote it and shot it with Dan Perrault starring in The Residence, March 20th on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they had to reshoot a lot because he's the lead. So they basically had to reshoot the whole show with Dan Perrault and all the scenes. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I mean, I'm almost like going to forfeit all my final thoughts now because that was a great one. I'm not going to be able to top that.
All right, we save it for the bonus pod.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. All right. Coley, any final thoughts?
I just know what Tyler would have loved to have talked about was all the unbelievable bonus footage that came out of Camp Story and the erroneous clip he posted where he said Roman Anthony was asking Trevor Story for hitting advice, where it was very clear Roman Anthony was giving advice about how to hit. And I don't know why Tyler worded it.
Let's lead with that
way.
on the bonus pod, because I have some thoughts as well.
I mean, this is I'm missing his final thought right now, because it would be how like Vicente Bellapupo signed a minor league deal with the Red Sox. Like, we're not getting that right now, and I feel it. Go.
Yeah.
Speaking of your Italian names, the fucking Yankee fan that tried to break Mookie Betts' wrists in the World Series,
banned.
that for some reason the Athletic continues to run pieces on. Like, no one gives a fuck about this guy. No one likes this
complete
guy.
non-story at this point. Yeah.
Like them writing about it's insane still, but him being like, "Oh, they're mailing me poop." Good. I can't. I hope you get poop the rest of your days. It's so fucking funny to mail someone poop.
How do you go about it?
Crazy.
So you put it in a box and just I guess in my mind I was just picturing like a letter. I'm like, putting poop
Right
in
in the
letter
envelope.
stuff.
Yeah.
The dimensions are tough for an envelope. It's
Yeah.
pooping in a lope. There we go.
You get like a certified mail, so it's like a manila envelope that someone just opens, and it's just like a good cheese pull of just poop.
You could definitely put a poop in one of those. Like, there's enough space in there for the poop. A small regular envelope would be tough, but there's space for the poop in the manila.
Oh, I have another final thought.
What do you got?
I don't know why the mail and the poop. Well, all right, I do know why. Because
Got some poop.
My final thought is Pat Light called me back. So
Wow.
you guys can stop harassing him. I was looking at his like TikTok comments. They're all like, call Jared back. And he called me back and he's like, we talked for probably 20 minutes. We caught up everything. And at the end of the call, he was like, all right, so you can tell everyone that I called you back. And It's okay. You can stop now. So yeah, I did talk to Pat Light. We did catch up, which is all I wanted really, because originally I called him because I have a Section 10 jersey from Section 10 night that's signed by everyone. It's got Coley, it's got Steve, it's got Tyler, it's got Jake, it's got Pete, it's got Feidelberg. So I was like, I need Pat Light to sign it. And so I sent it to him yesterday. But he was like, you already had my address, so I don't know why you needed me to call you back to do that. And I was like, well, I just want to catch up with you. And we got to catch up, had a nice little chat. And so yeah, you guys can stand down. He called me back.
I'm going to keep leaving comments on his TikToks because he only talks about like the deals he's got going at his bars. And then I always ask if I can sell bags in the bathroom. And he
I did see
respond.
that. I did say, yeah, like running a little side business. Yeah. I think he was running a promo at one of his bars like last weekend where he was giving away $5 to everyone who came.
Yeah.
$5 bills.
That was the one I commented on. Yeah. I said, can I sell $5 bags in the bathroom?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Pat does. He's always giving away money. He just gives money out. That's his favorite thing. No, he's got a ton to give out. Yeah.
Giving away $5 to every person who walks in the door is nothing compared to when he gives away 50 grand to random people in our chats.
Which he agreed to do again this season, right? For every
opening day. Yeah.
Opening day. Yeah. And then throughout the year, I thought he said.
Yeah, because I think we're going to be doing more live streams this year than we've ever done. Because I'm building the Papa Bar.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Loyalty.
Papa Gino's bar is going up before opening day. So we'll be able to do more live streams this season. Very excited about that. And yeah, I mean, Pat Light's kind of like the Mr. Beast of Red Sox Nation. He's just giving away tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars just because he can. So, all right. We'll see you guys on Friday for the bonus pod. Very excited for that. And of course, if there's a signing or a trade, we will have an emergency episode for you guys. All right. See you there.
Buenas noches, amigos.